Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
San Antonio police are looking for not one but two drivers this morning after a hit and run leaves a man dead in the street. Why police say finding those drivers may be easier said than done.
Plus, we take you inside a house that may have you looking for something to hold on to. David Sears explains the reasoning behind this upside-down attraction.
Good morning, I'm Max Massey. Take a look at what's going on, the draining of the Riverwalk. We're going to explain what's going on and why in just a bit.
And a good morning to you. It is Tuesday, the 25th of January. And since we signed off at 7 o'clock this morning before Good Morning America, the most glorious thing has happened outside.
Yeah, the fog seems to be gone, so that's good. Sun
is out, skies are clearing, and that is great news. A big upgrade from this morning, Justin.
I'd say so, and an upgrade from yesterday. Of course, those clouds hung around most of the day yesterday, which, you know, it didn't really allow temperatures to warm up much. The sun is out for now. We're going to have to really watch the cloud cover, though. It's going to make the forecast tricky today. Some places are going to see quite a bit of cloud cover. Some, like what we're seeing outside right now, will see a lot of sun. 48 degrees currently. Northeasterly winds at about 7 miles per hour. Dew point is at 46. In the forecast for today, we'll see temperatures get up into the low 60s this afternoon. A northeasterly wind, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Let's look at the clouds now and some of that fog. The fog, for the most part, here around San Antonio is much, much better. But places like Castroville and Hondo still reporting fog. Same for Pleasanton, Cotulla, and Carrizo Springs, and Gonzales as well. The fog should lift here in about an hour or so. We're seeing pretty rapid improvement. There's a look at the cloud cover, and it's kind of hard to see, but the clouds sort of wrap around San Antonio there. So places like New Braunfels, still cloudy, maybe a little foggy. Gonzales, Pleasanton, we talked about some of the fog there. We'll keep an eye on the cloud cover today. Again, if you're underneath those clouds, it may not be quite as warm this afternoon. 47 right now in Gonzales, 47 in Kennedy. Places where the skies are clear, it's 37 in Kerrville, 35 right now in Junction. Again, our forecast today takes us up to about 61. We'll call for partly cloudy conditions here in San Antonio. The weekend forecast, I was just looking at that, it looks fantastic. We will talk more about that coming up here in just a few minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin. Steph and I want to get you updated on this incident. Stephen Cavazos just informed us what's going on out here, and we have a few details.
That's right. It appears to be a crash there at northbound 35 and Salado Creek. And as you can see, most of the lanes there have been blocked off.
Traffic slowing down in that area, backed up to at least New Braunfels Avenue. We've got some spillover traffic right now on the frontage road as well. People slowing even on that other direction. But again, the main problem, 35 northbound at Salado Creek. We've got crews on the scene trying to get that cleared up.
All right, we'll keep you updated. But for now, let's look at today's 9 at 9. The Pentagon has ordered 8,500 troops on high alert amid growing concerns that Russia could invade Ukraine. Russia denies it is planning an invasion and says Western accusations are cover for NATO's own planned provocations. More than 127,000 Russian troops have gathered at the Ukrainian border, waiting on word from Russian President Vladimir Putin.
The first free N95 masks have arrived at some U.S. pharmacies. The Biden administration announced last week that the 400 million N95 masks will be distributed to pharmacies and community health centers, with the program expected to be fully up and running by early February. Up to 3 masks are available to every person in the U.S.
Some families across the U.S. have received their free COVID-19 tests from the Biden administration. USPS says shipping only takes a few days once your order is placed. Supplies are limited to 4 tests per address. You can order your test at special.usps.com.
The rare winter wildfire in Southern California is still not fully contained. The blaze named the Colorado Fire was only 40% contained, according to the latest update. The cause of the fire remains under investigation.
The new report from the National Restaurant Association says 88% of restaurants experienced a decline in demand in recent weeks due to the Omicron variant. And a new survey found that 76% of restaurant operators are seeing a decline in business, even worse than just 3 months ago.
If you get paid for goods and services on Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal, you might be affected by a new tax rule. Payment app providers must now issue users a 1099-K form if they make more than $600 through business transactions during the year. Reimbursing a friend for dinner or receiving money for a group gift doesn't count, only payments for a good or service. This rule does not apply when filing your 2021 tax returns.
Ford announced it will stop accepting any new orders for the 2022 Maverick this week. The Ford Maverick is available in both hybrid and non-hybrid versions, with the hybrid starting at just $20,000, making it the most affordable entry-level hybrid truck on the market. If you miss the deadline, you'll have to wait until orders open for the 2023 model, which won't be until the summer.
Facebook's parent company Meta is working on its first artificial intelligence supercomputer. The company hopes the computer can help understand the context of social media posts and spot hate speech in them. The model is expected to be completed later this year.
How would you like to spend your vacation this year? It's still early in the year, but today is the perfect time to start planning. It's National Plan for Vacation Day. Experts say people who plan time off early take more extended vacations, and they tend to be happier with their jobs, relationships, and health. And that's today's 9 at 9.
Well, we've been talking about it for a couple of days now. We knew it was going to happen. The Riverwalk will look different this week, and that's because the city is going to drain it for routine maintenance.
Max Massey joins us live at the Riverwalk near Commerce in Alamo. Max, how is it going out there?
Good morning, guys. So if you're from San Antonio, you've been to San Antonio, you're visiting, you know this is not what the Riverwalk is supposed to look like. It kind of smells like a pond out here, and it kind of looks like it too. Obviously, the water is very low. I want to introduce you to our new friend named Greg. That is the duck right there. I will say, first and foremost, guys, I did ask if I could put on the waders and walk on the Riverwalk, or walk on the river. Because as you can see, people are standing there. I was respectfully turned down by city officials, but it's okay. We stand up here. But as you can see, there is a lot going on. So it's not only cleaning. We've seen volunteers and city officials walk on the river throughout the morning. It's about, at the deepest points right now, maybe knee high, and they're picking up trash. I did ask them what is the most interesting thing they've discovered. I was hoping for long lost treasure, maybe a wallet or something. The best they found so far, as of about 3 minutes ago, a couple flashlights. So we're still waiting. But this is not only cleaning, but it is also minor construction. If you walk along the Riverwalk, some of it can be jaded, so they are replacing it. New concrete, there's guys working up and down, and this is far from done. It's going to be going on throughout the week. We actually just spoke to a couple walking on the Riverwalk, and I felt a little bad. They're from Colorado. They're here visiting, and they said they're staying on the Riverwalk this time, specifically to enjoy the Riverwalk. And so they were walking, but they said, despite the irony, they still love San Antonio. Obviously, we love San Antonio. Coming up at 10 a.m., guys, there is a city press conference, so we expect to hear more about the plans, more on what they expect to find, and more about some of the fun stuff that they found in past drains. Guys, back to you.
I hope those visitors find other beautiful parts of San Antonio this week. Thank you, Max.
There's so many more beautiful parts of San Antonio.
Definitely.
Thank you, Max. Well, top stories we're following today. San Antonio police looking for not one, but possibly two drivers who hit a man and left him for dead.
Officers found the victim overnight on Culebra Road just down the street from St. Mary's University. The only description they have pertains to one vehicle, and it's a pretty vague description, a gray pickup. Police don't seem to have any information on the second vehicle that ran over that man. Now,
officers initially told us the man was either walking in the area trying to cross the street when he was hit, died from his injuries right there at the scene. We're trying to find out more information about this case as it continues to be investigated.
A woman is in the hospital after a shooting led to a crash on the west side.
This happened around 3 this morning on Old Castroville Road, not far from Highway 90. Police say a man and woman were driving in their SUV when someone in a black sports car started shooting at them. The woman driving the SUV ended up crashing right into one of those big utility poles.
She was taken to the hospital with injuries from that crash. Nobody was hit by gunfire. The suspects drove away from the scene, and they are still on the run. In your morning headlines, the latest on that fire that took the lives of 3 firefighters in Baltimore, and the school mask controversy continues.
And some have had their world completely turned upside down, literally. David Sears is here with more on those other stories this morning.
Yeah, you got to learn to walk in your hands.
Okay.
In that story.
We'll have that for you just a second, but first, the Baltimore Fire Department is still mourning the loss of 3 of their own this morning. It happened when firefighters responded to a 2-alarm fire at a vacant row home. 4 firefighters were inside that home fighting the flames when it partially collapsed. Other firefighters were able to get to one of those trapped right away. They were able to pull that EMT out, got him to a trauma center. He is in serious condition. 2 other firefighters were rescued and taken to the same trauma center, but later died. One of those who died was a female with 15 years experience. The 4th firefighter was pronounced dead at the scene.
Baltimore has lost 3 of the bravest among us. Lieutenant Bertram, firefighter paramedic Kelsey Sadler, and EMT firefighter Kenny Lakaya, who made the ultimate sacrifice for our city. This is a gut-wrenching tragedy for our city, for our fire department, and most importantly, for the families of our firefighters. There are no words, none.
And no word yet on what caused the fire. The building was inspected back in January on the 4th. The inspector said the front and rear were boarded up and it was clean. It has been a controversy for well over a year now. Kids in school wearing masks. Last night, a judge with the New York Supreme Court ruled that mask mandates for all public schools and public locations unconstitutional. The new education department told schools to continue to enforce the mask rule while they appeal the ruling. This ruling comes at the same time that 7 school districts in Virginia suing the governor, Glenn Youngkin. He signed a executive order allowing parents to opt their kids out of wearing a mask at school. California tightening their rules. Now kids have to wear non-cloth masks. It has to have a nose wire, and they have to wear it all the time, even during sporting events. One doctor ringing the alarm bell.
Children are getting COVID at record numbers, which means classes in schools are shutting down because of it, and also they're spreading it to their parents and grandparents, other family members.
According to some stats from ABC, more than 1.1 million children in the U.S. tested positive for COVID last week, but pediatric hospitalizations fell 11% during that same time period. And people aged 17 and under still have the lowest number of hospitalizations from COVID compared to any other age group. By the way, 31 states have seen the numbers plateau or fall. Folks in Missouri are starting to find more and more leftover ordnance, unexploded cannonballs and bombs. There are mines and grenades being discovered on private property. Missouri law enforcement is on the attack to get rid of those dangerous items. For instance, during a routine cleanup of the Mississippi River, Army Corps of Engineers found 3 live cannonballs on the bottom of the river. So they took them to a secure and safe bunker and blew them up. A St. Louis FBI agent warning people that military ordnance could be around your home or business.
Seeing the stuff people find in swap meets, you find it in your uncle's basement. It's something that's been handed down from years.
These are munitions that are designed to kill people. That's pretty much their sole purpose, and that's what we're trying to stop.
Yeah, you should always check your uncle's basement. And that is why they are warning people and trying to collect as much of it as they possibly can so they can safely get rid of it before someone gets hurt. The obvious line, the world has turned upside down. Wait, hold on. Now we're getting busy. Yeah, this is a house actually built upside down. The builder got the idea from a house in Austria. This one is in Colombia. As you can see, it has become quite the attraction in Bogota. How do you keep the pool balls on the table? When they you see how we were playing pool a second ago?
Magnetic pool ball.
I don't.
There
That's
super glue.
So it's actually built that way.
That's crazy looking.
Fall over.
I know. It looks like it's balancing on the roof there.
Man, you can get a headache walking through that thing.
Watching the video.
It's kind of cool in a way. I mean, you don't see that every day.
The bath, you taking a bath and the water's like all out of the tub. How do you get clean?
Not where it's supposed to be. Yeah.
I don't know. That's a lot of. Then you take your mind off that other stuff we're dealing with.
It kind of does, and that's a good thing.
All right.
Yes, sir. Thank you, David. Right now, 9:12, 48 degrees still ahead on GMSA at 9.
It's a program dedicated to help those without jobs due to the pandemic. Jobs SA started 2 years ago and continues to grow. In the next half hour, we're going to tell you about the second phase starting this spring.
A resolution you don't have to start on New Year's. If you're willing, you can start this routine any day, including today. Coming up, tips on getting started with self-care.
And here a look at your stocks. The Dow is down 755 points.
Well, we're already almost to the end of January. Many people begin this month with New Year's resolutions, and some just don't.
Yeah, same here. There is something you can decide to start any day of the year, and that's a self-care routine. And if you haven't thought of a New Year's resolution yet, one option could be to simply just focus more on yourself.
Self-care is anything that, kind of we deliberately kind of do, or maybe in some instances refrain from doing, with our own well-being in mind. Anything that promotes our own physical, emotional, psychological, or spiritual well-being. Doesn't really have to be any more complicated than that.
Dr. Matthew Sacco is a psychologist at Cleveland Clinic, and he says self-care should be something you are wanting and willing to do, meaning you should make sure to set time aside in your normal routine.
Doesn't have to be something overwhelming or even pricey. Dr. Sacco says what does matter is that it makes you feel good or relax. Some examples could be going for a long walk outside if you enjoy nature, taking a bubble bath, journaling, socializing with friends, or even meditating.
So doing this kind of work thoughtfully, in a very planned way, it is absolutely a vital part of us as at an individual level being more effective in the world around us. And I will often say, especially to women, you got to be, it's the oxygen mask on the airplane analogy. You gotta, they tell you that when you get on, you gotta put it on yourself first before you help others.
And starting and sticking to a self-care routine can take some getting used to, especially if you are drastically adjusting to new habits. Dr. Sacco says this is normal to also not pressure yourself to meet crazy goals. So take it one day at a time. And right there is good advice.
It is good advice. I've often heard that it takes up to 6 weeks to make something kind of a habit.
Yeah. I can see that.
I'm trying to think of examples of
a New Year's resolution.
Of a New Year's resolution. I think. Didn't we joke about it before we went off and went our separate ways of the holidays? Mm-hmm. Our resolution was not to have a resolution for 20.
And we kept that.
We did.
Not having one. All right, Mark. It's like, what are you guys talking about?
You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
We're awesome for not having a resolution. We don't want to make a resolution and not be able to carry through.
I think it's a good resolution.
Just being realistic here, Justin.
I appreciate that. It's practical. I'm all about practicality. It's good. It's a good thing. The fog is lifting, guys. So, the fog we had earlier this morning, it is starting to go away. Take a look at this time lapse. I think this is really cool. You can actually see the fog lift. Here comes the sun. That was about a few minutes ago, actually, around 9 o'clock. The sun really popped out. 48 degrees is the current temperature. Dew point is at 46. The temperature and the dew point got close together. That's why we saw some of the fog this morning. And we do have a northeasterly wind at about 7 miles per hour. Let's check in on some of that fog, though, elsewhere. Places like Castroville, it's down to half a mile earlier, so some really good improvement there. The two places where visibility is still close to zero, Carrizo Springs and Cotulla, and the fog is going to be thick there for a little while longer. We do have dense fog advisories in effect until about 10 a.m. this morning, so another 45 minutes or so. Gonzales still seeing a little bit of fog. Here's the satellite picture, and this is what I want to point out here. These clouds really are going to be important today. Cloudy around New Braunfels, out towards LaGrange. Gonzales obviously seeing some of the fog. Pleasanton, and then you see that some of that fog and cloud cover stretches down to the south and west of San Antonio. At the moment, we are seeing sun. I don't know how long that's going to last. I think some of these clouds will push in, and San Antonio is going to be right on the dividing line today between seeing sunny skies out west and cloudy skies to the east, and that will have a big effect on temperatures. 46 right now in Austin. It's 47 in Gonzales. Sun is out west, though, and these numbers will jump up quicker. 46 Rock Springs, 46 in Del Rio. So let's take a look at the forecast here. And I've put the clouds over top of the temperatures, and this is around 4 o'clock today. With clouds, again, kind of on the dividing line, we'll be near 60 here in San Antonio. 50s to the east, generally speaking. And then to the west, you'll get 60s, if not a few 70s on the map, because the sun will be out in places like Del Rio. So that's kind of the tricky part of the forecast today. And then tomorrow morning, we all start off with fog and some cloud cover again. But tomorrow will be different in the sense that the clouds shift west this time. You'll see the cooler temperatures out west and maybe some warmer temperatures to the east where the sun, the sun will be out, and San Antonio once again will be on the dividing line. So it makes forecasting a little bit tricky, but bottom line, temperatures pretty mild next couple days. And I should point out that the average high temperature, we're starting to see it climb. So we've reached our coldest part of the year, and now we're starting to see the average temperature warm up a little bit. Of course, it's all uphill from there. A lot of warm temperatures of course, headed our way by summertime. Dew points are in the 40s. The air is still fairly dry. And as we look at the big picture here, still some rain from yesterday's storm system in places like New Orleans, but most of Texas is pretty quiet. One little piece of energy will come through North Texas, and that will produce some snow for the Panhandle in places like Wichita Falls in North Texas. Nothing for us, though. It is this next storm system that moves in behind that, brings a front through early on Friday, and right out ahead of our front, our trough here, we could get a little bit of rain, and I think that'll be Thursday night, early Friday morning. Then it clears out on Friday. And boy, the weekend, you got plans this weekend? Really nice. I know it's a little early to look at the weekend, but it's actually never too early. 63 Saturday, 65 on Sunday. Sunny skies should be really, really nice. There's the 7-day forecast. So 61 today, 56 tomorrow, 55 Thursday and cloudy. We have put in a 30% chance of rain Thursday night into Friday, and then it does clear out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all looking great, guys.
Can't wait to the weekend. Very nice.
Yes.
Thank you, Justin.
22 past the hour, about 49 degrees.
And still ahead on GMSA at 9, a game that involves critical and intense thinking. That's chess. And a local 12-year-old has been bringing his all to the board game since he was only 6. Now he's making a difference, helping others learn the game. We will introduce you to him next.
Did you ever learn chess growing up?
Not successfully.
I haven't touched the game, but the game obviously can be very difficult to hang, complex and difficult to get a hang of. But a local 12-year-old has basically become a master player.
Very inspiring. And as our Jonathan Cotto reports, he's using his skills to help others.
It's a board game played by millions of people around the world, but mastered by few.
So my mom just came out of the blue just to teach it to me, which was very shocking. It's a life changer.
A game of war made up of pawns, knights, bishops, or the piece that looks like a castle. The objective? Victory, of course, or simply putting the opponent in a checkmate position. For 12-year-old Nathan Adelstein, it's more than a hobby. The game of tactical gambit has become his passion.
Oh, I love it. I don't know a time when I don't play chess in my free time.
But chess requires more than just a knack. It involves critical and analytical skills that Nathan has been bringing to the board since he was 6 years old.
The parts of the game that are most captivating to me are like the thinking processes, the mental, like that you have to think through your moves, and that's the part that caught my eye.
Jesse James Lozano, a national chess master, has coached Nathan for the past 2 years and says Nathan is a natural with immeasurable potential.
It's such a privilege to see the development of students, and Nathan in particular was just, he's very, very smart, very, very intelligent.
Lozano says much like real life, chess is a struggle. If you don't prepare to play the game, you won't get very far.
The work that I've done, I've decided that I can help the people that I care and love by doing something I enjoy, because 2 people from my family have caught cancer.
Such a cool and incredibly intelligent kid with an impressive ability to play such a complex game. But more applaudable is Nathan's big heart and his desire to want to help others. Nathan's tournament is going to be taking place March 20th. For more information, you can head on over to KSAT.com. Reporting Jonathan Cotto, KSAT 12 News.
And there's a lot more ahead on GMSA at 9.
Identity theft, something nobody wants to experience. Sadly, it can still happen. Something thousands of Texans go through yearly. Coming up, ways to prevent it and how to try to keep your identity yours.
There are new changes coming to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. It involves the help of citizens like you. After the break, how you could be a part of the new disciplinary process. And welcome back. It's 9:31. Turning now to the coronavirus here at home. New cases in Bexar County topping 7,000. There are also 3 new deaths being reported, and our 7-day average is 5,500 cases.
At last check, 1,257 patients are in Bexar County hospitals with COVID. More people are in ICU this morning, bringing the total to 266. Number of people on ventilators has decreased since yesterday to 123. The pandemic has changed the job market as we know it. We've told you about the Train for Jobs SA. It is a multi-million-dollar program that aims to help people in San Antonio get back to work. But only a third of the people who applied got a job through the program.
Patty Santos has an update on that program, and she also reports there's optimism for a similar plan that's already voter approved.
Back in the summer of 2020, the city of San Antonio launched Train for Jobs SA, offering long and short-term training and a stipend for those who lost their jobs during the pandemic.
The goal of that first program was to try and help people get some immediate reskilling or retraining so that they could find a job in 2020 or 2021.
$65 million were poured into a program that was supposed to help up to 10,000 people. Enrollment for the program ended 3 weeks ago with lackluster results. About 5,000 entered into training, just over 1,000 found jobs, and over 1,100 are still looking for jobs. Some are still in the program, others dropped out.
I think more people found their own way back into the workforce than we anticipated.
It took a while to gain some momentum within the program. There's a lot of factors that contribute to that as people are adjusting their lives around the pandemic.
Mike Ramsey, the director of the Workforce Development Department, is spearheading the next phase of the city's efforts to train its workforce. The voter-approved $200 million SA Ready to Work program is expected to launch in the spring.
We just want to get as many people as possible assistance. That's our goal. It's hard to predict in the very beginnings of a program how many people are going to take advantage.
There will be no stipends this time around, and the training is more long-term focused with a stronger say from hiring companies.
They're looking at which training programs are approved for the work program on a quarterly basis so that we can have the flexibility to adjust and shift with the market.
And that was Patty Santos reporting.
Taking a look outside with live cam. Yay, the sun is here. So excited about that.
It's out for now.
Yeah.
We're not going to get too excited about it because I think there's some clouds that'll be shifting a little bit.
What? Stop talking.
Sorry.
I'm just kidding, Justin.
I know, I feel like I'm always the bearer of bad news here. Okay, let's take a look at a picture on our KSAT Connect. This was the fog earlier. It was pretty thick. Yvonne sent this in. And it was like pea soup earlier. Things have obviously improved significantly here in San Antonio. You see the blue skies now. There are still a few places reporting some fog, and I'll show you that here in just a second. 48 degrees if you're stepping outside. Northeasterly winds at about 7. There is a little bit of a wind chill there, but we will see those temperatures warm into the 50s, if not close to 60 this afternoon. Fog, not an issue here around San Antonio. You just saw an update there. Cotulla improving. Carrizo Springs is kind of the last holdout there. Carrizo Springs and Beeville, but I think those numbers will improve here very quickly as well. There's a look at the cloud cover, and you can see San Antonio is just on the edge here. And this is why I think clouds may try to shift back in a little bit later today. You see some of those clouds up there around New Braunfels trying to work south and east. San Antonio will be on the dividing line, so it'll be kind of hit or miss with this cloud cover. 48 degrees right now, 43 in Uvalde, 40 in Kerrville, 46 in Del Rio, 48 down there in Kennedy with cloudy skies there. Forecast 61, temperatures right around 60, 61 this afternoon. Northeasterly winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, guys.
All right. Thank you, Justin. Just giving you a hard time. I know you have to give us the truth, and I prefer that anyway.
I don't.
You don't, Mark.
Justin,
version.
Lie to me.
Lie to me. Well, hey, good news. Sunshine for now there at I-35 at Salado Creek, and things are moving there as well.
Why does a Tuesday feel like a Friday all of a sudden?
I know, it really does.
All right, a new episode of KSAT Explains comes out tonight. This week, the Explains team is talking esports.
That's what they are, how students are now getting scholarships for it, and what San Antonio is doing to become a major player in this arena. So KSAT Explains esports in San Antonio will be available to stream tonight at 7 p.m. right after the news at 6. We're going to watch it live on KSAT.com or KSAT's Facebook page if you can't watch it live. We'll post a full episode on our website after the live stream.
Major change announced for the Bexar County Sheriff's Office, but will it actually happen?
The Sheriff's Office wants to move away from arbitration and change the deputy discipline and appeals process under a new collective bargaining agreement.
As KSAT's Lee Waldman reports, the sheriff says this just keeps decisions local, but some are still wary of change.
That this is going to revolutionize the way disciplinary cases are handled within the Sheriff's Office.
For the first time, Sheriff Javier Salazar announced BCSO will be adding a Citizens Advisory Action Board as part of their disciplinary process.
Of citizens appointed by commissioners and Judge Wolf that are going to have the opportunity to hear certain disciplinary cases.
Act 4SA has been critical of how San Antonio police have handled discipline. When it comes to this plan for Bexar County deputies, Ananda Thomas, the executive director for ACT SA, said in part, quote, "The board also falls under the collective bargaining agreement, meaning it's not truly independent from the sway of the Deputies Association. This is a step in the right direction, but should by no means be considered the best solution. We can still do better," unquote. Which cases go before the new board is up to the sheriff, complainant deputy, or respondent deputy. The board will then give advice after hearing evidence in the case.
Ultimately, it's my decision to make.
He can agree or disagree with their recommendations and go from there.
Should a deputy disagree with my discipline, the way it is now, they can take it to the Civil Service Board.
No more third-party arbitrator deputies can turn to. The revamped Civil Service Board will consist of 7 people instead of 3. County commissioners and the county judge will appoint people to it.
Big step forward and a breakthrough on terms of having greater accountability of deputies.
Salazar says it keeps control over the process local, and citizens impacted by those decisions get their voices heard.
They've got to live with the consequences of, keeping somebody in a profession that maybe doesn't need to be anymore.
Should the Civil Service Board disagree with one of Salazar's terminations, they have the power to overturn it.
That part's not going to change. The part that will change is the ability for an out-of-state arbitrator to come in and make that change.
Lee Waldman reporting.
And time now is 9:38 and about 49 degrees out there.
You're watching GMSA at 9. Tips on how to keep your personal information safe from identity thieves. If it's happened to you, there's also some important information on how to recover. We'll tell you more coming up. It is an awful feeling. Chances are either you or someone you know has dealt with identity fraud.
The Better Business Bureau says since the pandemic, that crime has been on the rise. But the good thing is you can keep your information safe from thieves.
KSAT's Stefania Jimenez explains.
I had filled out a job application and the company got breached.
That's Armando Celedon describing how his identity was stolen. Whoever did it opened credit cards in Armando's name and went on a major shopping spree.
They were in a mortgage process in California with my social security number.
Unfortunately, Armando's not alone.
We do see about 7% of households end up being a victim, losing money, losing their personal information.
The Better Business Bureau says credit and identity theft are up. Last year, more than 38,000 Texans fell victim to credit or identity theft. That's up from 18,000 victims in 2018. Why the jump? Jason Meza, regional director of the BBB, points to the pandemic.
Our reliance on, we're distanced during the pandemic for sure. We're doing a lot of transfers with cash apps and digital wallets.
Jason says seniors and 18 to 24-year-olds are the most vulnerable, with the younger group suffering the most losses.
The senior consumer guards their information, asks more questions, presses for details, but our younger consumers are more apt to share information via cash apps, buying things, transferring things.
Okay, so we need to be more careful with our information online. So how do we do that?
Be cautious when you interact with links that are unsolicited. Inbound links should be treated with caution.
Also, keep your software like antivirus apps or programs up to date, and read your credit card bills carefully. If you see bogus charges, call your credit card company. And if you've already been a victim of identity theft, just visit identitytheft.gov. The site is run by the Federal Trade Commission, and it offers you a recovery plan and offers step-by-step guidance on what to do. Armando wishes he knew that back then. It took him years to fix his credit. Now he doesn't take any chances because he's finally on track to becoming a homeowner.
I actually do credit monitoring now, and I pay for it on my own.
Stefania Jimenez, KSAT 12 News.
All right, so just to review, if you think you've been the victim of identity theft, here's some clues someone's stolen your info. If you see withdrawals from your bank account you can't explain, that's a huge red flag. You find unfamiliar charges on your credit report, also very big. Medical providers bill you for services you didn't use. And especially right now, if the IRS notifies you that more than one tax return was filed in your name or that you have income from an employer you did not work for. Very scary scenarios.
Yes, very scary. And if you missed any of that, we have the story posted on our website at ksat.com right now.
Mr. Horn is back.
Yes, with good news, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the sun's still out, so there's that. I just ran up to the roof, which my New Year's resolution is definitely to get into better shape because I'm hurting here.
Well, you're not out of breath.
Yeah, you're in great shape.
Hiding it well, okay?
No.
He's pacing himself.
There are some clouds off to the east, and that's what I was trying to see, whether or not these clouds will be shifting in. But at the moment, we got blue skies, and the temperature is sitting at 48 degrees, northeasterly winds at about 7, and the wind chill's still there. Feels like 45 if you're stepping outside right now. And those are the clouds I was looking at, and this is why the forecast is going to be a little bit tricky today. Some of these clouds are trying to work back towards San Antonio. So yeah, it is sunny for now, but I'm not sure how long that will last. If these clouds do move back in, temperatures will be a little bit cooler today, but we'll be right on the dividing line here in town. 48 degrees in Gonzales. There was some fog there earlier. A little break in the clouds around Victoria, so the temperature there has popped up to 51. And then out west, where there is more sun, 54 Rock Springs, 46 right now in Del Rio. And visibility has improved area-wide. Creosote Springs, Cotulla, all seeing these numbers jump up. So the fog is much, much better. Visibility is really no longer an issue. Here are the forecast temperatures for today. And with the clouds, I put the clouds here over top of the temperatures, forecast clouds. 61 here in town. Out west where there's more sun, 60s and 70s. Underneath the cloud deck, we're talking 50s. It'll be a little bit cooler. Tomorrow, interestingly enough, clouds build in tomorrow morning. We get fog. But the cloud cover will be across the western half of the view area tomorrow. San Antonio will once again be on the dividing line, and the warmer numbers will be off to the east. So that's kind of the shift. We have a weak frontal boundary coming through, and this is kind of helping to move the clouds around a little bit. Dew point tracker shows the air stays relatively dry. We get that weak front today, drops dew points a little bit. We get another front early on Friday, drops dew points again for the weekend. It's going to make for a great weekend, by the way. As we get into early next week, there could be a little bit more moisture and maybe, hopefully, another chance for rain. Here's a look at the current numbers across the country. And obviously, what jumps off the page here are the nation's icebox. Negative 24 in International Falls. It's negative 9 Minneapolis, negative 7 at Bismarck. There is some cold air up there. We'll feel some of that. We get some of the cooler air with some of these fronts, but the bulk of the cold air is missing us to the east and northeast. It'll be shifting east and bringing colder numbers to places like the Great Lakes. Here across Texas, still below freezing in Amarillo, 29 there, but most everyone else above the freezing mark in the 40s and 50s. Here's the satellite picture, and there's nothing going on across Texas right now. Some rain for New Orleans. You'll notice some snow. Well, trying to move into the Texas Panhandle at this hour, and there is a disturbance that will move south and will bring snow to places like Lubbock, Wichita Falls, maybe a few flurries in Dallas as we get into Wednesday. And then the next storm system moves in, and this is where we will have a small window for rain. That'll be Thursday night, early Friday morning. So this is Friday, 2 a.m. I do think we could see a few showers. Don't know that we'll get much rain out of it, but it could be a little bit damp to start your Friday before this storm system moves through. And then we get clearing skies by Friday afternoon. And as I mentioned, the weekend, I can't show this enough because the weekend looks great. 63 Saturday, 65 on Sunday. Sunny and beautiful. Temperatures will be a little chilly Sunday morning, but that's okay. Extended forecast. 56 on Wednesday, 55 Thursday. It will be fairly cloudy on Thursday. 30% chance of showers Thursday night and then Friday morning. And then 54 Friday, 60s as we showed you over the weekend. And we have put in a small chance for rain on Monday with the next storm system, guys.
All right, but sunshine on the weekend.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you, Justin. A New Jersey toddler isn't even 2 years old, and already he's become famous as a champion shopper.
His parents were confused when box after box after box arrived at their front door, but there was no confusion here. Their son had ordered almost $2,000 worth of furniture. CNN's Jeannie Mose reports.
Can I have my phone, please?
He's like a little king on his throne, a throne of boxed furniture he somehow managed to order from Walmart, totaling $1,786. No wonder his dad added the tagline, "I love shopping."
My wife was thinking that I did it, but then I was thinking that she did it.
It turns out he did it. His mom had placed a dozen or so chairs in her Walmart shopping cart, intending to pick out a couple later. But 22-month-old Ayansh Kumar ordered everything using his mom's phone. His parents didn't realize until...
The people are coming with the boxes, large boxes, and they were just dropping. So one box came, two boxes came.
Now there's a giant pile of boxes at their Monmouth Junction, New Jersey home, unopened because they hope to return most of it. Walmart seems willing.
Yeah, customer service person, she was laughing so much. Oh my God.
But they won't return everything.
So we are thinking to keep few items as a memory.
A little souvenir of his first shopping spree.
Yeah, first shopping, yeah.
The Kumars removed their debit card from the account, so IONCH can't do any more damage. As for the $1,786...
Well, you got a lot of chairs for that.
Yeah, I know. Do you want some?
They're even letting the neighbors know that this is the home of the world-famous New Jersey toddler and little rock star. When someday their son hears, "Attention Walmart shoppers," that means you, kid, perhaps the youngest Walmart shopper. Ginny Mose, CNN, New York.
The picture's adorable.
Has Rooney ever done anything like that with you or your husband's phone?
Not that bad. It was actually Apple Music.
Oh, okay.
But at the time, I don't know what it's like now. At the time, they gave you a month free, and it's so funny because after a while, I was like, "Hey, I kind of like this."
Oh, so you wound up taking her?
Yeah, I ended up taking it, but luckily
Gotcha.
nothing crazy like that.
Well, you have to expose Rooney to some new apps.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
That was a test.
Yeah.
9:51, about 50 degrees.
We'll be right back.
Hey guys, coming up on Live, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson plus U.S. Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor. We'll see you soon on Live.
Home improvement can be a fun project that can bring couples together. However, it can also cause some headaches if there are any disagreements. Tomorrow on GMSA, some tips for renovating in a relationship.
The Spurs are back in action tonight. They're actually on the road for a one-game road trip. Tip-off 7 o'clock in Houston to take on the Houston Rockets. It's a team they lost to a few games ago here in San Antonio. So, we always say maybe it's a little revenge game tonight. Houston is like worse than the Spurs. There's only two teams worse than the Spurs in the West, and it's Houston and OKC. So,
yeah, I heard the phrase this morning, worst in the West.
Worst in the West. So maybe the Spurs can get something.
Well, I hope so.
After that. San Antonio 2-8 in their last 10. They're not exactly.
Ouch. Okay. Well, maybe tonight's the night, right?
Yeah.
Let's hope.
We still love our Spurs.
All right. Well, you do for sure. I
Yes,
know.
of course.
You are like all over them.
All right, folks, so if you're not experienced at marathons or half marathons, and a lot of us are not, if you do sub or under 2 hours in a half marathon, that's pretty darn good, right, Steph?
Well, for me, yeah. I mean, some people are like, it's no biggie. But for me, so I did a half marathon. But here's my medal. There you go. I did a half marathon on Sunday, and the weather conditions were perfect. So I was able to.
This was up in Austin?
Yes, in Austin. It's the 3M.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you
That's
so
a medal.
much. Yeah, and it spins too. Let's see if I can do this.
We're gonna have to up our game on medals down
on medals,
here.
right?
Wow.
It's pretty cool. It's been like four years since I've been able to do that. So that
What
helped.
was your time?
It was 1:58:01.
That's
which
incredible.
is good for me. That's good for me.
That's very
I was
good.
very excited.
That took us an hour and 58 minutes to form a thought. You did a
Not true.